Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades 2, and last time we had another successful run going up. In fact, probably our easiest one by quite a bit, because we had a ton of defensive stuff working in our favor. As for what we have planned this time round, the blades are the bonus weapon. We have used the blades a lot as of late, so half of me feels like it's worth going with something we haven't used in a little bit longer, but maybe we do stick with the blades, because we also have yet to try the extra difficulty of the Testament system, if that's the name of it. And apparently, if we do take the blades, that actually seems to require that we go down to take on Scylla, at least based on her image lighting up there. So maybe we check that out, and it's been a while since we last went down with a run, so a little bit of a refresher in that way too. So, as for what that means, keepsake-wise, I mean, definitely not the tooth, on the first floor at least. I mean, as is often the case with the blades, we do really like getting Aphrodite on the attack boon for maximum damage, so maybe we do that, and we'll pass up on the defensive stuff here. We've done a lot with the aspect of Melinoe, we've upgraded that a ton, but I don't believe we've used the aspect of Artemis yet, so maybe we try that out. I'm not as thrilled about the way it works. Channel your charged attack, you occasionally parry, then riposte right after. So when you say occasionally, does that mean... should I stand there and try to just hold the charged attack to block hits? Is there a cooldown on it? Is it a percentage success chance? I don't know. We'll figure it out. And I guess that's... Oh, and then the fishing rod. Again, I still don't really know exactly what catching the fish does, but we'll figure that out as we go on. So, sure. We'll try heading down this time. Okay, we do get Aphrodite immediately, and we can also potentially upgrade her boon here, so let's see what we get.
My, isn't that the glimmer of a golden apple on you, love? I knew you had good taste. Their uses are more plentiful than you can imagine. Brew the most delicious nectar, distract beautiful rivals, initiate great wars, you name it.
Oh, wait, no, isn't that... I mean, first of all, the golden apple is an item that we receive from defeating Eris, and we have several of them at this point, and it is a useful crafting item. However, from a mythological standpoint, yes, the apple played a role in the Trojan War, didn't it? Like, obviously, much of it was based on Helen, the most beautiful woman in the world, and she was in a relationship / the wife of a prominent figure in Greece. I should remember who this was. And then the Trojans basically captured her, and the Trojan War was in many ways to try to get her back. So Aphrodite, as you can imagine, had a lot to play in this. But there was definitely a golden apple in there somewhere as well. Also, apologies if I butchered any of that mythology, but if I remember correctly, I think that's how it played out. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. This is what we're looking for. High rarity attack boon, 120% damage bonus. That's why I know I've made a big fuss in the past about getting that specific type of boon, but that's why. I mean, that's a crazy amount of damage.
A fish is near.
From just a single boon. Okay, let's see. So obviously there are fish going down as well. Ooh, that was quick. I was not expecting that to happen that quickly. And it has, as I said, it's been quite some time since we last went down. We've spent our last many runs going up. And it certainly seemed as though the upward direction was more difficult, but maybe that was just because we hadn't done as much up stuff. We had more practice going down. And so seeing a bunch of enemies for the first time going up meant that inherently made it seem more difficult, but then once we've gotten enough practice with everything, maybe it turns out that they're actually kind of similar. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, we did also get an absolutely amazing boon in the very first room, which definitely doesn't hurt. Because we're basically two-shotting everything at worst. So I think attacks, unsurprisingly, are the things we're trying to build around here. Let's see, your attacks deal absolutely ginormous damage, especially when you strike foes from behind. If we do our charged attack, that's what it does. So that is very tempting. Special destroys 50% of armor. Specials, no. I know we haven't taken those yet, and so they're intriguing from a prophecy standpoint, but no, we definitely want to maximize the attack power here, because some pretty ridiculous damage, I think, we can get. We already, just from the first boon, have so much. Okay, now, granted, these guys are annoying when they all run away and make it a little bit harder to hit them safely. Oh, right, and we can transform this stuff. Now, I did go for this one just because it gives us a little bit of max health, but what if we do this?
Transform.
Okay. Hesty, I'm not really sure what we'd be looking for here. It's been a while since we last saw her.
Nasty heiress from the sky. Well, serves her right. Though we could never make her stay away for good. To think she's one of Nyx's many pups. Squeeze out a big litter like that, you're liable to get a runch.
Oh my god. Phrasing is, it's a little harsh. Let's see. Cast, inflicts Scorch. Sprint destroys most ranged shots near you and inflicts Scorch on foes that fired, or hold cast to aim fiery projectile that explodes on impact. Binding circle forms there. I do like the casts that allow you to move where it is located. On the other hand, the classic combo that we love is not only the Aphrodite attack, but usually Demeter with the cast, because that's the easiest way to freeze the enemies, which is one of the ways we had tremendous success last time. So this, technically that isn't the base Demeter cast boon, so I think we can still get a normal cast boon on it even after that. I think we still do this. Yes, we have some reason to do the charging stuff. That is nice. I immediately forgot that I could control where we put it, but it was a very nice surprise. That would practically miss, but I also did not charge that up properly. There we are. Hello, friends. Goodbye, friends. Okay, let's see what we get here. Okay, the sprint, very high rarity. Whenever your attack or special deals damage, restore magic. Long term, that could be helpful. At the moment, that's not critically important. I think that's the base cast upgrade that I'm kind of going to try to avoid. Maybe we go this... I wish the sprint gave us at least a little bit of extra speed, but it doesn't seem to do that. Let's go with this. So we can start to at least think about building more on the Hex side. And it's been a while since we've last seen Arachne as well. And we could use some of the... Oh, hello.
That shade needs you, Phrynos.
We could use some of this.
There.
But we could also use some of the fabric that we sometimes get from her. Let's see.
I know you don't know what to say, my friend, but I want you to know you don't have to say anything at all. In fact, I'd rather that you didn't right now. Be safe out there, all right?
All right. Let's see. There is the fabric. So we get a bunch of armor and we get the fabric, but it doesn't give us any other bonuses. Restore magic every second. Channel 40% faster. That is the best offensive stuff going for it. Although, honestly, just for the fabric, I know we have other ways to get it, but still. Ooh, mini-boss and mini-boss. And we did also go the Hephaestus route last time and had some pretty solid success with that. So, half tempted to do that. The tricky thing with Poseidon is there's all the knockback abilities, which can, in some ways, be counterproductive with our very close-range attack, so maybe we'll stay away from that.
A root stalker.
Okay, see if I remember what the various enemies do here. kind of missed that, and by kind of missed that, I mean that I definitely missed that. Also would help if I remembered what the proper way to dodge your attacks was. Oh, once we got rid of your armor, you just disappeared. You just ceased to exist.
Hold on, that's another weapon you got. Oh, right. The nocturnal arms and their shape-shifting tricks. Figures. You witches like changing things about us, I'm to understand.
Is this really? No, this is not the first time we've used this weapon while we've picked up an Hephaestus boon. That seems really strange that he's commenting on that. We've had these for a long time. Okay, cast deal damage 3 times in succession. Is that technically the primary Hephaestus boon for casts? Because again, in many ways I would like to try to save that for Demeter if possible. Gain bonus max life based on our magic, which is not terribly high at the moment. It's still something. Gain armor each location, but we prime magic. Honestly, that actually works really well with sustaining the, sustaining the outfit that we got from Arachne, except we don't have any passive effect on that armor, so not all that meaningful this time around. Honestly, I think we might just do this. It's simple, but... Wait, what? It looked like it was pointing me in 2 different directions there. There's this.
Nightshade seeds.
Was there something over here, though? This is not a dude we can compel. I don't think. Can we? They're usually bigger than that. Alright. Not sure what that's all about, then.
Thorn Reapers.
I'd like to get rid of you. Okay, admittedly, it is at times a little bit tricky to aim cast. In part because it has such long range.
Foolish.
Nope, don't stand there. That's definitely not where I wanted that one, I can tell you that much. Also, that was supposed to be a charge attack.
Stop.
Yeah, I know you had armor. Couldn't be staggered. What is this? Humor me. Gold? I mean, we might break our armor, but honestly, I think we'll be okay.
I'm taking this back.
I think I could have been faster than this. We had so much damage. Still 71 gold. Certainly could have been worse, but I think we could have done a little bit better as well. I mean, we... what, took 1 damage? I thought we had 11 armor. I don't know how we took exactly 1 damage, but I think that's a trade we'll certainly take. Hello. Please stop doing that. Oh, did that just kill you? In and of itself? Seems so. Alright, those guys. There isn't really equivalent of these guys in the top floor, is there? I honestly forgot about the little dudes. The spinny dudes. Not sure there's an equivalent of the Furies or... Well, there is definitely a Fury enemy, but that was so bad. The Banshees, the screaming enemies, but they're memorable enough that how could I forget them, right? Okay, let's transform this as well. More Hephaestus. Okay, sure.
This message.
Let's see. That's the... Oh, no, the special. Okay, it's the... We could get a Demeter special, yes, but generally I think I prefer the cast, so I'm kind of trying to save that specifically. Start of each encounter, you're briefly impervious for 7 seconds. That's a fairly long time. Gain some armor. Foes' attacks cannot knock you away. It is 100 armor. We are getting kind of close to the boss fight, so it'd be somewhat convenient there, but I think this is going to be more meaningful for us, especially when we do need to get up right close and personal to hit the enemies. We could do even more Hephaestus or Hermes, For Hephaestus synergies, that makes more sense, but I think if we can get attack speed of some variety, that could be especially helpful. And Hermes also has a few different boons that are useful the earlier you get them in a run. And this is obviously still the first floor. It's not quite early first floor anymore. But still probably worthwhile. This is a long room. Not just a long room, but a room that has some fairly big enemies in it. Okay, so hopefully this is worthwhile.
Festus to come out of a shell. All I can get from him are work orders. Bring me more bronze and such. Glad you can put the fruits of all his labor to good use.
Okay, each time you slay a foe, gain more damage. Could be good. Could be good. We are pretty quick. Charge cast uses less. Charge moves are faster. The phrasing always gets me with this. Omega move speed. Because move speed makes it sound like that's how quickly we move while we are charging. And that is sort of a thing, but usually not a major concern. Or is this just how long it takes before stuff is successfully charged up? In which case that is more meaningful, because we are trying to do a lot of charged attacks to sneak up behind enemies for more damage. So both of these could be good, but this might have better upside.
Off I go.
Or at least it works better with what we're trying to do specifically. Oh, nice. I mean, that being said, we are also trying to get a lot of quick kills, and we are capable of getting a lot of quick kills. So the other one probably would be very good as well, but had to pick one. Nope, don't do that. Cool.
Good shot.
That missed. No, that was not a good shot. Thank you for asking them. Okay, let's see.
You found
Short work indeed.
Kronos, sank your fangs into his throat. Sister Hecate gave me the gist. How'd you do it? Found some exploitable weakness, something like that?
Honestly, I don't even remember what the result of our previous downward run was. Was it a successful one? It might have been.
Mostly I just kept evading a lot. He's very powerful.
That's pretty true.
Underestimated my ability to resist his tricks.
He won't always underestimate you, though. Must have his vulnerabilities. The old are seldom wise and often weak, right? He's bloodied. Go for the kill.
And yeah, and that's the other question is, do I remember enough about the boss fight mechanics to be able to succeed? I mean, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We don't know if we're going to make it down to Kronos. Obviously, we hope we do. Let's see what we get here, though. Let's see. So foes with at least 80% health or 80% armor may take critical damage, 22% chance. It's not bad, especially if we get one of our big charged attacks to get a crit, then that could be absolutely humongous damage. Any damage may be critical, lower percentage, but enemy can have more than 80% health. Random foe occasionally becomes mark. If it takes critical damage, this repeats. Marked enemy has a 30% chance to take crit damage that lasts for 6 seconds. And if we don't get the mark kill in that time, then after 18 seconds it comes back up. I think we had this somewhat recently. It's all just a matter of what is your preferred way. I think we can do this. We have enough damage, and if we do the big, well, relatively big charged attack / 3-hit combo, then we can hit a few enemies at once. We don't need to be too picky
My mark be with you.
about who we're going after. We should still be able to get them without having to go out of our way that much.
The trap is set.
Indeed. No. 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 Yes.
To me. Cheer up, Mofa.
Pretty sure that's what we got last time as well. Okay, and I think this might be the penultimate room. Because one of them is the shop, the other one, that's probably just an empty room with a heart, and it's been long enough that that certainly seems possible. Oh.
Which one?
Yeah, no, do this first, otherwise she's gonna steal them.
Look at that. He's one of my best customers, you know. Shows up reliably, knows how to keep his mouth shut. All business, no nonsense.
Let's see. Specials. Cast deals damage 3 times in succession. After you dash, occasionally create a blast that deals 100 damage around a nearby foe. We don't have a dash. I know we passed up on a dash before. I don't think this is the primary cast for Hephaestus, because it's usually the big chunk of hammer damage. So I think we can still take this and potentially get Demeter later on. And even if this is his primary cast, then we could still potentially get the Demeter special after the fact. So I guess we do this. Nemesis apparently did not steal anything, in which case we'll definitely take this. And could take the Selene. We like charging up our attack at the very least, but not sure we're going that much into mana spending, magic spending. I guess we'll do it. It's only 100.
And draw you down.
The Cyclops Polyphemus, whom you faced, once hid within a cavern not even my silver light could reach. Now he has taken sides with Kronos. Too many rise against the gods.
Okay, so we have not done anything to... or we have not taken the Selene keepsake, which we've done several times in the past, and sometimes that can help us benefit a lot from the passives. X makes everything else move slow. Oh, also, bear in mind, we're going to be going up against Kronos at the end, so if we are trying to choose something that works well for Kronos, the time-related stuff does not work at all. This is unlikely to work, or at least is kind of tricky to work, because you have to do it to one of his ads, so this probably makes the most sense, even if it has the least scaling potential long-term. So, again, we'll see. I don't think that's going to be a primary point of emphasis. Here is Hecate, and it has been quite some time since we last fought her.
Hold. What's that you're brandishing? Oh, the nocturnal arms begin to show their myriad colors. Silver, you well know, is but one.
Okay, now this sounds a little bit more like she's not just talking about the blades, because we've definitely taken the blades into a Hecate fight before, but more so the specific aspect that we are using, because it's definitely the first time we've used an aspect against her. Maybe that's what Hephaestus was talking about earlier as well, although it sounded a little bit more like he was just referring to the base weapon, not the aspect.
Each of the aspects of the arms of night represents a bearer from another time. I'm still learning the full extent of what they can do.
Weren't these, were these Artemis? The aspect we're using right now? In which case, fitting that Artemis showed up.
And I suspect you shall continue doing so. If nothing else, this ought to make things further interesting here for the both of us.
True. I'll be honest, I also just haven't really noticed to what extent we've, Alright, we're also immune at the very beginning of the encounter, and I definitely could have done even more damage than that, although that, did get through her first phase. So I guess there isn't much more we could ask for. Wait, what? What? I do not ever remember seeing her do that. Yeah, wait, what? She used to do the thing that turned us into a sheep. And she's not doing that anymore. What gives? That was, you know, not really how you should do that. No, like, dude, also you probably shouldn't aim that at nothing.
Divide and strike.
Does she usually do that when she's phasing? Or did we actually just deal that much damage that she did truly phase there? Because it seemed preempted. This is a phase. There's the curse. Okay. So maybe it's that it used to always be that she did this, but now she mixes it up a little bit from one thing to the next. Okay, I really wish that maybe my primary issue with the curse is that it just lasts so long. Maybe there's been something all along that we can do to deactivate it. If so, then I haven't found it. But, you know, the fact that the vast majority of the damage that we've taken in this fight happened in that phase. A phase in which, you know, we were not ourselves. Just a little annoyed. That is not the real one. The real one is that one. Excuse me. That is also not the real one. What? No, you weren't supposed to teleport. Not right after I attacked you where you were previously standing. Oh, oops. I got distracted. Yeah, just stand there. Thank you. Alright. Again, yeah, we did take a little bit of silly damage, but our damage is huge.
Trust that your eve is only beginning.
So definitely feeling the potential already. Anything else here? Doesn't look like it. And we might be able to still heal off all of the damage we've taken. Certainly at least between the pool here and the little bit of healing we get in between rooms. More than enough healing. It's been quite a while since we've last had the smack talk from Kronos as well.
The goddess of the hearth has blessed you now. There is no flame which time cannot extinguish soon enough.
Alright. That's the best smack talk you have, we can take it. So we got the benefit of the Aphrodite. I mean, all we could have asked for. We got that immediately. As I said, was kind of trying to reserve a slot for some Demeter freeze, and I know that's always the go-to with this weapon, but it's just such an effective combo.
Very well.
And then we have the mini shop here, and this one functions a little bit differently from the one going up, right? This one we actually get the stuff immediately, whereas the one going up, that is not the case. Sure, any goods from Charon cost 30% less for 6 encounters. That's not going to be long enough for us to get to the shop in the penultimate room. But if we get a shop mid-floor, then that could pay off. But then it also costs us 80 coins here. The math just doesn't really seem to be mathing up for me. Could also do that. Don't need the healing. Sure, spend a little bit on that. But otherwise, I think we just head on up.
Check.
Oh, Phrynos apparently is a fan of this floor. I mean, it is a bunch of water, Oceanus, so I suppose for a frog that does make some sense.
That singing.
Oh, we know about... Oh, wait!
Work of Master Daedalus.
I forgot to activate one of the difficulty modifiers, didn't I? Because I heard the singing and I thought to myself, all right, well, perfect. It's time for us to take on the enemy that we were planning to take out in order to give us that bonus, whatever it might be. But I'm pretty sure... I don't know if we can verify anywhere here, but I'm pretty sure that I forgot to activate that, unless it's what this shiny little icon above our Death Defiance means. I assumed that had something to do with our charged attack. I thought that was basically or at least I assumed that was maybe the cooldown for the riposte, and that it basically means we can riposte right now, but I have no idea. If we did activate one of the difficulty modifiers, I have no idea what it was. I don't remember. So I know we had something activated, but then I didn't pay it much mind because I thought to myself, oh no, we're gonna think more about that later. And yes, I do see the Chaos Room, and yes, I am thinking we are probably interested in partaking of the Chaos.
Silence.
Unless we're tempted by something that is clearly much better, but I don't think that's the case. We have this, but I think we do it. Right at the beginning of the floor, so plenty of time for this to evolve. Damage isn't too bad. Of course, we'll see what the effects we're dealing with are.
To make the most of our arrangement, I bid you activate a certain artifact where you reside.
Oh.
Within the pitch-black facets of this standing stone are possibilities to be explored. I shall reveal how to see them all, but first...
Are you referring to your keepsake or something else entirely?
I should try this at the cauldron.
Oh! That is something new. Okay. Well, that's good, even if we may or may not have done the primary thing that I had intended to do. I suppose that still gives us something we can check off the list, in addition to, of course, just going back down and familiarizing ourselves once again with these enemies and encounters. Next 5 encounters, foes drop the Inferno Bomb. Afterward, we will heal 10 extra life between rooms. That's nice for survivability purposes, especially early on, relatively early on. Gives us plenty of time to heal from that. Next 3 boons have 1 fewer option to choose from, but afterward, we use way less magic. Not sure that helps us all that much. Charge moves deal damage to us. Afterwards, we gain magic. I think we're going for the healing.
Almighty chaos.
Prophecy foretold. And I think we're going here. Might as well. Technically does not count as an encounter because there are no enemies in here.
What if? Remember that one, man? I know you do.
Been a little while since we last spoke with you.
Hey, tell me something. Is Echo really not okay? I thought about the things you said. How she was all alone down in the fields. How could I hurt someone without even trying, you know?
I feel like I said this previously, but his voice sounds so familiar, but I can't tell what from.
Narcissus, don't take this the wrong way, but I'm impressed you've given any thought to someone else.
That's true.
Echo, she seems to be getting by. Is there something you'd like to say to her should I cross paths with her again?
Sure, go ahead and tell her that I hope she finds someone who loves her like I love me. But don't tell her I said it. She'd just get the wrong idea and her heart would break. Again.
Okay, let's see. So we can get healing, which we don't really need. We took a little bit of damage from going to the Chaos Room, but we've already healed off some of that. Get some ashes. Receive a gift of max magic and psyche, not a huge deal. I think we're going for this one, to be honest. Mostly for the palm slice, because we don't really need the other stuff much at all.
Have a great day.
Not really sure the crafting materials are
More will go
of
instead.
great need to us, but we'll take them nonetheless. That was... Oh. Okay. Probably the single least important thing for us to get. Okay. Gather this. That's good. Mini boss with Demeter, which should already mean that's going to give us higher rarity boons, and then with Demeter's keepsake, we can potentially enhance the rarity even further. So that would be a great time, great opportunity to get us the freezing boon we're looking for. Oh no!
You again.
It's been a long time since we last fought you. In fact, have we only fought you once? That missed? Oh, when we had the invulnerability, I could have just ran straight up into you. Just trying to set that up. Uh-oh, indeed. I mean, our damage is still huge. She's very nice. I honestly couldn't even see him for a second there. He was so small. What's he doing? He's bringing friends, I think. He is quite quick as well. Oh, okay, apparently that got him. I just threw a cast at him, and apparently he blew up. Or maybe it was one of the explosive containers that did it, because I didn't really do much to get that finishing blow.
We are connected, not unlike that sheaf of barley which you have. Each stem is broken easily, and yet the bunch is strong. Each different, and yet all very much alike.
I feel like you said a whole lot, but that didn't really mean anything. Okay, so we can get the special with the freeze. Very high rarity. The gust is not what we're really looking for, though. Whenever you gain plant seeds or mushrooms, if we got this earlier, that could have been fantastic, because we have actually gotten... did we get mystery seeds? Or we got some from Narcissus, right? But I think we're taking this... It's a backup plan in case we don't actually end up getting the cast from her. Probably would still prefer that, but special can work. As evidenced by that right there. Well, it doesn't work if you... Oh, also we have the immunity. Once again, I need to remember that. Is the primary issue. Also, they create the little bombs when they go down. Like that. Ooh, that was close. That was not. I was not sure how the hazard was going to interfere or assist with that. I think we reposted those projectiles, or at least one of them. Was convenient, because I was getting a little greedy. Okay, you always blow up. Okay, so was that all from that encounter? Because if so, that was a lot of damage. Okay, I saw that it had that little pop-up that said parry ready. What I didn't manage to catch was whether that affected the little icon we have above our Death Defiance icon. I would like to know if that's what that does.
I get it, Em. The more familiar path is often best. Either way, take this at your own pace. Don't anybody rush you, except me.
Okay, let's see. Charge cast uses less magic. Whenever you're struck, you may dodge with a 20% chance. Not bad, but we really wanted this earlier and we had to pass it up. I mean, this is really good, especially relatively early on. It can certainly add up, but that is very good, especially in crowded rooms. A little less so for the boss fight, except for the very end of the Scylla and the Sirens fight. I think we still do Selene here. Would be quite helpful against you. Oh, right, again with the immunity. Also, that was going to be a whole bunch of explosive containers there. Okay, yep, it still is, as it turns out. This guy's just minding his own business.
I think not.
Okay, so we take this. See what we can do here. After using the Hex, you gain more damage. Whenever you enter a location, Hex is 40% charged already. I feel like we're using a little bit of the charge stuff. We're using it a fair bit, yes, but it's not like it's our only source of damage. Our base attack alone is also quite good, so I'm kind of thinking we could get passive stuff. That would be nice. Ideally, like when your Hex is not ready, you get stronger. It's always hard to get to this spot, but it's all damage after you use it. Might go 1 and 1, to be honest with you. More power, not as enthused about that. Area of effect. I feel like we go here just so we can potentially get that one later on. What happens if you stack multiple of the start 40% charge? So it doesn't say starts with additional 40%, so do they technically not stack at all, or does that mean you start with 80%, in which case it becomes a lot easier to at least get one round of bonuses from that? I don't know. Okay. I know we have taken some damage, but I'm gonna go for it. That also did not really hit where I wanted it to hit. Okay.
They're gone.
Not quite as quick as it could have been, but I don't think we took any damage, so it was basically free money. So rare that we actually see bones rooms, but again, at least for this specific run, this is most helpful. And it is kind of terrifying to see just how... immunity. But it's kind of terrifying to see just how many of the Inferno bombs those guys drop. But it turns out, not so bad. Okay, nothing else in here? Okay. 515. Are we about to end up at the boss fight? Is this the penultimate room? We have 515 coins, so even if this isn't the penultimate room, we could still go to the shop at the very end as well. Just double check. It is the penultimate room. Okay, so definitely good that we went here. More Demeter. Could potentially get her cast there. And then, I mean, I think we're looking at those two. The healing, yes, we benefit from it a little bit, but it is a little bit overkill, and it's kind of expensive for that reason, so half of me is tempted to say, let's not do it. Let's do this first, because we want to ideally upgrade the attack. There we go. 25% additional damage, at least when we're up close. I think that is definitely worthwhile. The impervious duration, if we were to stack that multiple times, that could start to become a meaningful thing to build up. Let's see. Sprint forms Gust, charge attack, deals more damage, but uses more magic. And we could rarefy that if we wanted to. One instance of not taking damage per encounter, but we prime magic. I mean, both of those are nice, and both of them can be rarefied. I think it just primes less if we rarefy the bottom one at least. I forget what I was looking for. Oh, was it, we had something that helps us a little bit with magic restoration, don't we? We did it a little bit proactively. Whenever your attacker special deal damage, restore 8 magic. Okay, that makes me feel like that can single-handedly sustain our magic, so not as concerned about priming or using, or priming at least some of our magic, or increasing the cost of our stuff. And this does make it easier for us to use our hex more quickly. So I think we rarefy this.
Certainly.
Make it a little bit stronger, and that is, at that point, a pretty significant damage boost. Honestly, I don't remember ever seeing that before, or at least I didn't remember it. So I did not really have it on my radar, but it seems like it is pretty sweet. Do we heal? We'll do a little bit of healing walking into the next room. I feel like we just go for it. So we have spent somewhat aggressively already.
So tell me, lady, how is it that you seem to know our tricks? Other than the part where we keep playing the same act. Usually it slays.
Pun intended. So remember, we want to attack aggressively at the beginning here. Once upon a time, we struggled mightily with this encounter. As to whether I can remember the tips and tricks about it, I think I remember taking out the drummer early. We had good success with the drummer's attacks. They have those circles on the ground that deal damage to us. Those move sort of in a specific direction, and that makes it easier to dodge them once you recognize what direction they're going in. I think those are the big things to bear in mind. And try to single out one of them to the extent possible, because then you can truly get rid of one of them, and then you're fighting just 2.
The great tactician Odysseus says hello. Told me all about you. You claim you never let anybody get away, though I understand all but 6 of his hapless men got well away from you.
That was a while ago that we must have had that conversation, but that is very much true, and I imagine Scylla is not going to be pleased to hear about this.
Odysseus. Oh, he's still on the hook. Big fish like that just takes a while to reel in, as he might say. Our song must still be bouncing around in his pretty little head. And now for yours.
Okay, so now we go in. We have the invulnerability. Oh, okay, I was so aggressive going after the drummer that she immediately went to all immune. Do you take damage when you're... Oh, perfect timing. Okay, I wasn't sure if she was going to take damage in that form. That actually works just about as well as we could have hoped for. Nope. You're stun locking me, but you're not dealing damage to me, so I guess we'll take that. Okay, and we would like to go after you. Okay, but we don't want that. Okay, so this is what I mean. It goes in a specific direction, and I did not do the best job of picking a good direction. I also kind of missed what direction that was heading in as well. Okay, she is gone. Very quickly. Whoa! Harsh words. Okay, I feel like you're the least mobile and therefore the easiest to hit with that by a wide margin. Technically, you were not the one that was marked, but I stand by that decision nonetheless. Where'd you go? Did you go all immune and hide in a corner? Sort of, but not really. Yeah. You hid in the corner, but you're not immune. Now you're dead. That dealt huge damage. Wow. Did we take any damage? If we did, it was minuscule.
Blasted catchy song.
I think we got hit once.
Chaos curse of mine is finally gone.
I think we were on 130 something when we went in, but definitely didn't need the healing in that case. And absolutely, I think our best time ever fighting those guys. So I suppose it didn't matter that we're a little bit out of practice. And I think a lot of that had to do with just the crazy amount of damage we are now rocking. So yes, we can heal all of our damage off. And that's a testament to, oh, hold on. Oh, these look new. Breath of Eros. When next you would take damage, receive healing instead. I mean, we don't need this right now. So this is wasted money, but that is an interesting idea. If we had if we'd lost a bunch of health, that could be potentially a nice saving grace. Sacrifice boons will be offered as soon as possible, and your next gains +2 levels. Wait. Boons with improved rarity that require you to give up one in their stead. I see. Right. So, do we really want that, though? If we were to... Oh, that is the base. The base cast for Hephaestus. I didn't think it was. Okay. So, you could make the case for trading that into a higher rarity. It would basically be guaranteed epic... No! Guaranteed heroic rarity Demeter cast in that case. It's a little tempting. You could also do that. I mean, I think these are kind of contradictory, or they both do this. They both do the same thing. They both increase the rarity. They're duplicative is a better way of phrasing it. You take one, you might not need the other. Maybe we stick with what we have from the cast, though. Because it did seem like it was actually doing some pretty good work for us. So maybe we keep it simple. Just increase the rarity. What I was starting to say earlier, as I once again accidentally click on this instead of this, is that we went fairly aggressively with the keepsakes. Didn't go with the Silken Sash or anything like that early on. And it paid off because we got exactly the type, or almost exactly the type of boons that we wanted to. Maybe Demeter was not quite ideal. But didn't really take any damage, any significant damage in the process. We could go coin purse here. We've spent fairly aggressively. So I feel like getting this would be kind of nice. Or you take Selene and try to power up the Hex a little bit more. But as I said, I feel like that's not really something I want to focus on that much. Well, I feel like there aren't that many shops on the upcoming floor. Is there only the penultimate room shop? That might be the case, which may mean the gold purse is not that helpful anymore. Maybe we do go Moonbeam.
Company.
I mean, we're still spending magic enough, and we have the magic restoration, that we could turn this into more of a hex run. It's just the Hex is still going to deal less damage than our basic and charged up attack. So I don't want it to distract from that. But those two things can sort of go hand in hand, of course. Okay. Well, there's more Selene stuff, which is actually ideal because we need that to cash in the extra stuff from the Moonbeam. Is there any way you can change your keepsake mid-floor? Like, obviously, after the boss fight, yes. Are there any upgrades you can do to make it possible to change mid-floor? Like, it'd be a powerful one, don't get me wrong. Something that would not show up every time or would require you to do something to make it appear. But that feels like that could be interesting. Just having the possibility of getting one more keepsake per run. Just make that a potential factor.
Grow golden once again.
I was gonna say, I did not see saw a bunch of these little areas, the side bonusy stuffs. Did not see much in the way of things that we were focusing on. And I suppose the coins here kind of make up for how we did not take the money keepsake. Yeah, I think we got rid of all the little guys. Let's do this first, because this is going to be more impactful. Okay, we have the immunity. I am going to use that. A bit more aggressively this time. Probably could have charged up an attack, but I didn't. Now we can do that. It does take a little time for that to land. Ideally, you would still be standing there. Should be using the special more to set up with Demeter. Okay, so we now have 8 to work with. Why did that light up like that? I feel like that's never happened to us before. Hex also creates 3 smaller blasts that deal a little bit of damage. I mean, hold on, how much does it take to get to the final spot here? 1, 2, 3, 4, so we can do that. 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't quite get to all of the notable upgrades. What even is this one? Hex fires +1 blast 2 seconds after the first. Magic recharge cost goes up? I don't know what that means. Does that mean it takes more to activate it in the first place? Because if so, then that's actually a bad thing. Somewhat significant bad thing. Or is it... You know, that's recharge cost up. That can't be a good thing, right? I don't really know, as I was saying before, how these things interact. Getting 2 of these. But we'll do that, I guess. More power. More damage. Yeah, I guess we'll do this. We'll do... So hard to get to this spot. This. Power versus AoE. And the big one. I feel like if we're getting it to activate multiple times, the AoE is pretty significant, because it's kind of hard to have the enemies get hit. Since it takes a while for it to activate. We can do that, get more damage, or we can start going even more on the AoE side. A whole lot more on the AoE side. What does this even do? Is it worth holding out hope to get even more Selene stuff? When your Hex strikes a Guardian, next Hex charges up by 30 magic. That doesn't seem that good, to be honest with you. I feel like we go more for the other, more minor things that are perhaps more significant. More damage per encounter, and sure, more AoE. Okay, we have the immunity, which means I will go straight after you. And you, because you're really annoying. And I forgot to hit the attack button. Could have avoided taking damage altogether there. But definitely some user error involved. Come back. Thank you. Okay, so took a little bit of damage there, but in the grand scheme of things, still looking pretty healthy here. Let's see. I'm not sure that we need much more from Aphrodite. I mean, yes, there might be potential to synergize with some of her stuffs, but I think the hammer and, honestly, the palm, ideally on the Aphrodite boon, and that's probably just as good as a higher rarity boon from Aphrodite anyway. And we also avoid having to fight a mini-boss. You did not get hit by that. You did get hit by that. Armor. There's the hammer. That, I think, is going to be top priority. Kind of looking for the tree. Oh, well. I mean, now we know where that stuff is. It's just a little bit of extra magic. No, that's the exit. Okay. Well, as I said, we know where the stuff is now. Well, actually, both of the rewards are potentially significant. There's the tree. This is what I wanted.
Illuminate my path.
Okay, there is another little bonus. If I could not get stuck on that. Now that... Okay. And I don't remember, the Hex might reset as soon as we activate this. Does it carry over? It does carry over. You guys are annoying. Oh, wow. So that does do a little bit more than I had thought it would do.
It's over.
The Hex seems pretty good. At least in terms of being able to hit enemies. Damage is maybe a little bit lackluster. Channel your charge special faster. Specials have additional power. Attacks have plus 20 power. I think we have to do this. We're building around the attack is the source of damage. The special is for setting people up, slowing them down with the freeze effect, but it's not really there for the direct damage. Who else is here? Oh, I wish I had prioritized you instead. I wish I had prioritized you. I think I just got blocked by the palm itself. I honestly did not even realize that you could get body blocked by that. Apparently that is a thing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yep, so I kind of forgot how much respect I had given the one punch, or by one punch I mean 1 million punch guys in the past. Because we did not mess with these guys before. We were very careful about taking them out before they were able to hit us. And I did not necessarily do that this time round. And they punished us for it. And ideally I would have gone after them with the, while we were immune. Okay, so this is what I want to upgrade, I think. Yes, definitely. Okay, so the damage on the attack boon increases. I think we're definitely going here. We still have not gotten the boost from the Yarn of Ariadne. Wow. Oh, but the Chaos boon has evolved. I forgot about that. So we're getting more healing in between rooms. So I was going to say, we have taken some damage in these rooms, and yet every time we're walking into a new place,
There's something I wanted to say.
it's not like we're really hurting, and with no enemies in this room, that will certainly help as well.
I wanted to say.
Does she look slightly different?
It's really nothing, but wise fellow with a very keen sense of self-worth once told me. I hope you find someone who loves you like I love myself. Like I love myself. I love myself. Love myself.
She isn't de-spirited nymph, and just the fact that love myself is the line that she repeats there, that feels like perhaps just what she needed. Okay, let's see. 50% chance to dodge, but lose a little bit of that every time we do the dodge. Double the level of your boon with the highest a random one in case of the tie. Oh, we do have 3 upgrades already on Flutterstrike, which is our most important boon. It does get diminishing returns once we upgrade it, but I think that is still quite valuable. Choose one of 3 random boons from the previous night. Maybe? We did have some good defensive boons last night, a lot of good defensive boons, although some of them might have been coming from, not from, like, unusual sources, the likes of which I imagine we probably can't get from this. So, I think we might just go for the simple, straightforward, big-time damage here.
I'm grateful. Grateful.
Flutterstrike damage almost up to 200%. Collect this, and let's see, we could potentially get another upgrade on it with that palm, although the magic is probably not a huge deal, and the monies, I think we're pretty good there. Might not be able to get absolutely everything from the next shop, but might be close to it. Of course, somewhat depends on if there's something we don't like. Whereas Demeter there, I mean, we know we can't get the cast unless it just happens to give us the option to swap that out, but we didn't guarantee that from the mini shop. I think this is safer, at the very least, and might just be outright better in almost every situation. I was going to say, I definitely heard you. Ooh. Okay, please don't hit us while we're doing this. Because it does seem like you're trying to hit us while we're doing this. And I don't honestly know how that works. But let's see. So we get either larger area of effect. This is where if we had gone all in on working toward this, we could have made it easier. Or we could have actually made it all the way. But that just didn't seem that meaningful. Excess more damage. Even larger area of effect. More damage. More area of effect, yeah. Area or damage? I think we go damage now. I was really assuming that was going to hit you. It's also not really the thing we want to be using, but to charge up. Activate this. Looking for mini stuffs. Okay, and there's a little bit of that. Right here. Okay. Theoretically, there's no other bonus materials. In terms of what we're prioritizing, it's probably Demeter. Okay, but this is the downside, though. Is that even if there aren't bonus materials, sometimes there are still nasty dudes we want to get rid of proactively. I think we should be good now, though. Let's go for this. You can be the high priority. That's okay. Ooh, yep. I knew that was a little greedy to stick around for that. I suppose we do still have the Hex, which we do get bonus damage. Stay right there. We do get bonus damage every time we use that in a room, so there is something to be said for activating it as early and often as possible. Freeze lasts longer. Now, this is the thing that was a huge difference maker for us in the previous run, so I think we do still take it, even if our freeze is perhaps not exactly set up the way that I would like for it to be, because it's coming just from the special, not the cast. Too late for that, and then, yeah, it'd be kind of nice to get a sprint boon at some point, but don't think that's as big of a concern, generally speaking. Let's do, I guess, this. Oh, no, I would have gone for the 1,000 punch dude. No question. Oh. Please go away. Thank you. There you are. You are down. Nope, I was aiming for the wolf dude, as it turns out. He's down. There we go. Grab this.
I accept this message.
Don't really have anything in particular in mind here, unless... Ooh, how many fire boons do we have? Just 2. So it's 4 base damage, which is not a lot. Give up uncanny fortitude. Hold on. What is that? It's not that one. I don't know if this only gave us the health based on the max magic that we had at the time we took it, or if it updates every time we gain max magic as the run goes on as well. So we didn't, I think we only got like 30 health from it initially, but it's worth slightly more than that now. Honestly, I think I might still take this. Has the potential to be worth a little bit more long term if we get even more of the fire boons, but the other thing is that, sure, it's 4 base damage, but if you bear in mind that we are getting something like 300% additional damage, and that might even be an underestimate, because it's 190% from that. It's, made another one from Demeter, wherever it is. Probably just went right past it. This 75% from there. So okay, you know, that's like 250, a little bit more than that maybe. Just from those alone, I don't even remember. We might have other stuff on top of that as well. Oh, there's another one of them. There is another one of them. No, that's not the guy. Oh, thought it was locking on to far less important dude. Oh, but you are annoying as well. Kind of just letting the cast do its thing. Okay, now at least the smoke dude is gone, so it is possible to see the other enemies, and they are dead.
Point secured.
Okay, so now... Okay, this is definitely the penultimate room. So we only have 1 reward per room. And that means might
Some of Lord Charon's wares.
not want to be that aggressive here. After 4 encounters, restore 50% health. We're obviously going to get healing after this encounter from the well, but if we get almost killed or even have to use a Death Defiance, then we could drop very low and might need even more healing. Not really looking for this, nor are we really looking for this. It's after 4 encounters, so it's actually going to activate partway through Tartarus. That's probably good timing, to be honest with you. I think we take it. And then we go here. Oh, honestly, I also forgot that we have a reroll where we can change the options altogether, which we might use here. Although, do we still have the increased rarity? No, we got that from... Might have been that one Hestia. Okay, I think we're going 1 and 2 and probably just that. So we want this to ideally be the attack boon. Even if we have the diminishing returns. We don't see it, but this is probably the next best thing. 25% additional damage on the charged attack. Yes, 1 more second of being impervious is kind of nice. This feels like that's very meaningless. If we take that,
Excellent stuff.
take this and we just hope for something that is kind of synergistic. Not sure what it's going to be. Let's see, dashing makes enemies weak, which means they might deal less damage. They will deal less damage. Any max life upgrades have an increased effect. It's probably too little too late for that. Whenever we use 40 magic, we create a heartthrob that revolves around us, deals 120 damage. I don't know if we've ever taken this, or if we have not paid much mind to it at all. We are now starting to use magic more aggressively. And that is not insignificant damage. I'm half considering it, to be honest with you. Defense, offense, Let's try it. It's higher rarity, for whatever that's worth. Okay, so Cerberus.
Until we meet again.
Once upon a time, I thought he was one of the easiest bosses, but more recently, that has not been the case. I just remember we started to struggle with him a bit more. Oh, right, we have immunity as well. Okay, well, now we don't. Or, well, actually, we have immunity at the beginning of the boss encounter anyway. Not that we really want to be wasting that, as I just kind of did there. Oh, okay. Oh, I hate the friends that you brought. Those are not very nice friends. Oh, that slows us down as well. I honestly did not remember that. Okay, and I'm pretty sure you can make the other guys. Oh. I honestly did not even see that you were there. I thought we only had one left. It's also definitely not who I wanted to hit. Okay, there we go. Probably don't stand there, I would think. But also, this might help. And he was just a sitting duck. And I managed to somehow not hit the sitting duck. Also, absolutely horrible positioning there. Okay, now we're starting to throw. In case that wasn't clear. I kind of forgot about his fire breath attack. Alright, remember those are nasty. That they have, yeah, huge area of effect. Does he have to do fire breath? No. Adds, right? Is he at a third health? No, not adds. Oh, stand here though. Yeah, is that 2,000 damage when we get the backstab on a charged attack? Because I think it might be. And that's insane. Okay, so we did end up taking a little bit of bad damage. We should have plenty of healing, though.
Fanged maws turn now appreciatively toward the princess of the dead.
I think more than enough to heal back up to full or close to it. Once you factor in, we have a lot of healing in between rooms, and the damage remains amazing. Yeah, if you add the crit, that's the thing. All of our multipliers, and then throw in the crit chance if they're marked, and that could really make the damage skyrocket. Yeah, but now into Tartarus, and this is, of course, where things get tricky.
Out of the fields, at least.
Okay, so we do this. We do heal up to full. Let's see. I imagine we're going to want to go...
Which keepsake now?
Luckier Tooth, since we've gotten the benefit of this. This is usually our go-to for the final floor, just to give us a little bit more wiggle room.
All right.
One more safety net. And here, store 10% health whenever you enter a location. We're on max health right now, so at least for the first few rooms, that's not that meaningful. Next well item will instead have its duration expire after 2 guardians. So that's significant, because we could, if we avoid mini-boss rooms, which is usually doable, we could potentially make it so that any mini-shop item lasts for the entire run. And are there ones that would be especially meaningful against Kronos? I mean, do this, then do this. That could help. But there is a... Oh, we don't have enough to do that. Yeah, we've spent somewhat aggressively, and we did not take the coin purse this run, did we? There is the super shop on the penultimate room when we're going down, right? Unlike going up, which just has a normal shop. So if we do save up a lot of monies, that is something we can... that is a place where we can be more aggressive, so I think we might just save, unless we...
The pool of purging.
Definitely not selling that. Or that. Or that. If we got... I don't know which one I'd be most willing to sell, but it could have potentially changed the math a bit. I think we stick with what we have here.
Going down.
Offensively, amazing. I think the big question is going to be defensively, especially given how long it's been since we last fought Kronos, and given how it seems like he is far less forgiving. Oh, far less forgiving than Prometheus. Are we going to take a bunch of silly damage or something that is really, you know, a powerful hit, like one of his one-hit combos, and go down to that? I swear we did not get the sound effect for this.
Here, little fish.
No. No. Yes.
And caught. I caught a jiffy.
Apparently we did. I have no idea what that is. I also still don't know what those do, but perhaps at some point that will prove helpful.
Just a few chambers to the house.
Okay. Our route is set. We want to be quick.
Anticipating your arrival.
Okay, it's definitely not going to be just you. I'm remembering how much those guys annoy me as well, though. Oh, what? We're frozen in there. Okay, I remember that is a thing if you go down, or you hang around next to the hourglass enemies. Yeah, I remember you have ridiculous damage if we let you stick around. I walked straight onto that. I didn't want to get hit by these guys, but a freeze would be helpful. Okay, so yeah, again, we took some damage I wish we didn't take, but I think still have enough health here that we're going to be close to full by the time we get into this room. Okay, at least managed to get the first enemy down. Might not have been the perfect place to aim that, but hit one of the guys. And almost hit another guy just because it took him a while to spawn in. Nope. Whatever you were doing, don't do it. What? You created rats! You still have rats! Okay, I think the rat was the only thing that hit us. Alright, so is it only that room? Yes, we have the express route and only the express route. Because that was another thing we were asking ourselves about on Olympus, is does this work? But in going down, we know at times we'll have the option of going the speedy route or going the long route. There's a trade-off there. Do you go for the extra rewards or do you play it safe? Excuse me, you did not get hit by that? Please walk into this circle. Thank you. What was Preserved Hope? Huh? I don't remember what that is. Did we buy something from the shop? Oh, is that... Wait, no, that's not our keepsake leveling up. Our keepsake is currently max level. Huh? Lucky Your Tooth is max level. Okay, I don't know what that was all about. Okay, obviously we're gonna do this though.
Who goes?
Maybe we can pet you because we have fish now? Eh? Eh?
Okay,
Nope.
okay.
We cannot.
The resting hound of hell makes plain he wishes not to be disturbed.
Okay.
Such a cacophony occurred after you last visited. Exactly when I cannot say. All of the Titan's wretched servants flew into a panic. Their cries would not cease. What transpired?
Was that a successful run? It might have been. Also, is his art different? It looks new. But part of it is just that it's been a while since we last went down, so maybe I'm forgetting?
Perhaps they were concerned for their master, or busy trying to bring him back to life. Because I slew him, finally. And it won't be the last time.
Blood and darkness. Then you accomplished that which once took half the blasted strength of Olympus. All on your own.
Well, I mean, with the help of half of Olympus. but yeah, kinda.
Not on my own at all. I had their strength, if not their support, as you've given me yours. Father, we can stop him. And for now, we can kill him.
He shall seek vengeance with a renewed zeal. This entire plot of his is driven by the same impulse. Then kill him if you must. At least, his many deaths ought to keep him occupied.
Yeah, I suppose so. Let's see, whenever we use 60 magic, summon 6 soul urns around you. Vessels for enraged spirits, destroy them to damage any foes surrounding them? What? That's new. Restore 1% of the damage you deal up until you restore 100 life. That is kind of tempting, especially against Kronos himself. The question is, and we've taken this before, and if we end up wasting it in the rooms leading up to him, especially if we were gonna heal just from the healing we automatically get in between rooms, then that kind of stinks. After you take damage, go dark for 10 seconds. Recharges in 40 seconds. Damage while dark is plus 100%. We've taken this as well, and it hasn't always worked all that well for us, or at least on one occasion it didn't work all that well, and it kind of turned me off to it. But given how high our damage is, I'm kind of tempted to try it, and it is a little bit of a defensive bonus in a way as well. Maybe we try this.
Fine. There.
Still nothing from Cerberus? Okay, we are getting fairly close now.
It won't be for naught. Gold rakes.
Go away. I'd like to get rid of as many of you as possible, as early as possible. To limit the amount of dudes I need to dodge, cause there are so many projectiles. Or laser beams.
Lost it buzzing.
Oh, there. Why are you attacking? What was that all about? Oh, that's not the move that I meant to do. Throw that out somewhere over there. Please get hit. Thank you. Not too bad. Okay, so this theoretically would give us more money to spend at the upcoming shop. Which, is it the next room or is it the one after that?
One chamber left.
It would be the one after that. So, as things currently stand, we can't get that aggressive in the upcoming shop. Obviously, this is a little bit more dangerous on this floor, but we're gonna go for it. It would help if I saw where the enemies spawn. Rats. The freaking rats, man. That's exactly what those guys are. They are the rat men. Okay, I think we took a tiny bit of damage, but we're going to heal that off going into the next room anyway, and... Okay, so we at least get 63 coins out of it. Which may or may not be a difference maker. We could, if we were feeling really bold, try the mini-boss here and get a high rarity Hephaestus boon, give ourselves a little more time to get more monies, but I think at this point we're probably going to get to about 500 gold, which is not horrible, at least. Okay, we're gonna do that. Did you just block all of those? Because I could have sworn you got hit by about 4 rounds of that. Either way, not too much of an issue. Okay, and it looks like we're headed to that shop. Okay, fine, we didn't quite get up to 500 coins. Hopefully that is not a threshold that we really needed, unless there are golden urns in this room.
This is it.
Well, let's see. We can get the big Demeter boon, or we can get double health plus you. Is there an obvious thing we'd like to get? We don't have a dash boon yet. Not that that's likely to be a big difference maker. We could get a duo boon, technically, from, I think, either of these two. So you need to have... we might only be able to get it from you. I think we do this.
Hear me, on my authority.
Yeah, we don't get it, but let's see. I don't think we want to get rid of that boon there. Definitely the wrong time for rare crop. We could re-roll if we hate all the stuff we see here. Your cast also create a gust at the binding circle. Gives us a little more damage from our cast, which is fairly strong at this point just because we have a few different effects coming from it. So you do that, or you re-roll and just see what you get. It's not bad, but maybe we at least try the re-roll here.
Sure,
see if we get anything amazing. Because we get the duo boon. You deal more damage the more health you have. Bonus damage per 100 life plus 10%. How much life do we have? 210%. Okay, I feel like that's more of a boon for basic rooms and not boss fights. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You could make a case that Arctic Ring is actually better. At least for what we're trying to do. This is, going to be a 10% damage buff for a tiny bit. Or rather, a 20% damage buff for a tiny bit. 10% damage buff probably for a while. And then at a certain point, we'll turn into a 0% damage buff. Whereas this just means easier freeze across the board. We can still get it with a special, yes, but... Alright, fine, we'll take the duo boon. Because I know you want me to take the duo boon, even though I think it's technically inferior in this case, but... Okay, that is not a fishing spot, for what it's worth. Okay, and we can't do anything else, so... Okay, just trying to remind myself of critically important things for this fight. So, we have the immunity at the very beginning, so we obviously want to be very aggressive there. And if we can get some big charged attacks in, that could actually eat out a big chunk of his health. So that would be helpful. But it's really there's just a lot of projectiles and he's... Oh, no, the big thing that we should remember in the first phase, at least, is that once his health drops low, he starts doing more double and even triple move combos. So dodging once is not necessarily enough. Early on, that may be the case, but I forget what the health threshold is. Is it half health? Or does he do it earlier or later than that in one of the third markers? I don't know. But bear in mind, once he starts taking more damage, he'll start hitting in 2 to 3 hit combos, and I didn't really get a sense at the time as to whether there was any tell for whether it is 2 or 3 hits in the combo. Then in the second phase... very crowded with all of the different things that can hit you. I think we found the thing that deals the most damage is the clock hands that go around in a circle. So if you have to choose to get hit by something, make it be not that. But then he does have the one-shot mechanic in that phase, which is the one where only one of the hour markers lights up on the clock, and then you have to run there basically immediately, otherwise you get killed. And we have all of our Death Defiances, which is great. I don't actually know if that only takes away 1 life, or if that will actually just remove all of your Death Defiances. I hope not. But that is avoidable. We just need to be mindful of it. And prepared to run forward. And I think it happens immediately once the second phase starts, and it can happen later on as well.
Returned from above ground.
That we have.
Your eyes do not deceive. I'm as hale and hearty as can be. That sinking sense you must have felt after our previous exchange. The fear of the utter senselessness of your entire enterprise. You now know it to be true.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of knew you were going to be back, right?
I was never going to destroy you in a single clash. You more than anybody ought to know results of any worth take time.
Clever.
Ah, so then you wish to make a habit of such unceremonious appearances as this, as though they might amount to something in the end. Fine. For my part, I occasionally need to stretch my limbs.
Alright. Okay, we want to be quick, get in there, maximize the value from this. Okay, that attack as well is very much a thing that exists. Oh, also we can do this. Indeed. Ooh, okay. I do like that he happened to be the enemy that got marked, which is not guaranteed by any means. Okay, I think you don't do the charge attack here, you just go for a simple backstab. And then you don't want to stand there. I'd rather not. No, I'm trying to hit him actually, as it turns out. Is he gonna start doing double attacks? I think not quite yet. Okay, this is not where I want to be. This is very much not where I want to be. That was a big window, and I did not manage to do much with it. Oh, yep. I remember, that's sort of the anti-move. Can he do 2? That was 2. Okay, that was 3, I think. So yes, he can now do multiple things. Did get hit by his attacks at the end there. Okay, these guys are annoying, make no mistake. And this is the best opportunity to hit him. Make no mistake. Ideally, that could have potentially been enough of a window for us to take him out altogether, in this phase at least. I see that. You only did 1 move there. I'm very surprised on that occasion. That gives the shields. I remember that. I don't want to be here. I want to be behind you. I want to be doing this. Oh, that didn't count as a backstab, which stinks. Oh, and he happened to charge in the direction that I happened to run away in. That was very unfortunate. I don't like where you're standing right now. It makes it very difficult to hit you. With the backstab, in particular. There we go. Okay, first phase down at least. No Death Defiance is used, which is good.
Change of scenery is best.
But I don't know just how much damage we took, because I think it was a lot. Or at least toward the end, it got a little sloppy. So remember, I think he's going to go into the one-shot mechanic at the very beginning, and as time goes on in the second phase, it's going to get very crowded.
Time is
That it is. Okay. Oh, that apparently can't hit him in that phase. It can then, though. Okay, this I also kind of forget how you're supposed to do. Like, I don't think we really want to be standing there. Okay. What's he doing?
Come, my subjects, spill your blood for me.
Okay, gotta get there. That was closer than I would have liked it to have been. Okay, this I always forgot. Oh, there's Death Defiance, okay. That one confuses me as to whether you're supposed to dodge out of the way or into that circle. That was bad damage. No! You were supposed to stand in the middle, and I walked straight into that. I'm throwing. This also frustrates me where you kind of have no choice but to take a big chunk of damage there. We got him. What was it that got the killing blow? Because it did not seem like it was a big hit, whatever it was, but apparently we did it. I would like to see what the final hit was, because I thought he still had a lot of health left. And I did not think I hit him with one of the charged attacks there to finish him off, but I don't know. We'll have to check the tape. There we go. I think that's our third successful Kronos fight. if I'm not mistaken.
Suffer in darkness.
And although we have one with the blades going up, I don't remember if we've one with them going down. I think it theoretically tells us here somewhere, but most damage suffered, Kronos, unsurprisingly. Alright. This, which is a very rare crafting resource, which I think we had at least one thing that needed it, so happy to pick it up. See what this is about.
Vanquished only for the moment, scheming Kronos cannot be so easily destroyed. Yet in her every fleeting victory against him, fierce Millenoi recovers something she thought lost.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember flashes of this place.
What is this?
So much for the ravages of time.
Does this take us back? No?
The chambers down the hall.
This does. Okay, I just want to make sure we get the chance to do everything here before we head out. No fishing spot right here. That would be kind of devious. Might be possible, I don't know.
The future is uncertain, but one certainty is this. Time marches ever onward, often faster than one might presume, until we find ourselves wherever the fates mean for us to be, which in the Princess of the Dead's case is right here.
Okay.
Turn to shadow now.
Time cannot be stopped? Question mark? We stopped it on that occasion. As for whether... Oh, and I forgot we get the notice for defeating Kronos as well. There is more to be done, and there may end up being another way in which the game transitions us from successful run back into the crossroads for Kronos as well. We know that's definitely going to be the case for successful runs going up. But, let's see. I may have messed up and forgotten to activate the difficulty modifier that we had intended to activate, but at least we can say we had a successful run going down, and we haven't had that many of those, so that is still certainly useful.
I suppose you'd not have liked it, living in that house instead of here.
Who dares?
Oh.
You think that you achieved a victory, witch? You merely prolonged your demise, for the Titan whom you vanquished possesses but the smallest fraction of my power.
Oh. I mean, that would be awfully nice if that were the case, Dora.
So you heard. I'm surprised and humbled that you deigned to pay my meager accomplishments any heed, O Spirit. How did you know?
I am all-knowing.
Also, the shades out there were going off about it. Some of them are right outside the tent. Told them they can't come in, but they're still out there, I think.
Does that mean we have a fan club?
Thank you for keeping them at bay.
Paparazzi, perhaps?
Vengeance for my family.
Okay. We'll see if anyone else has anything in particular to say about that. We also learned about a couple of new things here. Locate the three fates. I did not remember seeing this before, but certainly haven't done that yet. Let's see. The daughter of the god of the dead shall descend to the lowest reaches of the underworld and prevail there, whilst influenced by each different arcana card. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's a way to encourage you to mix up the arcana, because there are definitely some that we have strongly preferred to others. Let's see, this is the other new one. Daughter of the god of the dead shall some evening see into the pitch black stone in the crossroads training grounds. I don't even know what that is. No Eris. No one at the fishing pier. No one here to cash in our fish? Unlike Hades 1? Maybe we need to unlock an NPC to do that? Oh! Horus is over here.
Nevertheless, I feel as though I ought have been there, brother. Perhaps I could have protected them, as was my charge. think the fates themselves may have denied me the attempt. It's discomforting that I may never know. You have every reason to be angry. I'm angry too. Nonetheless, I'm grateful that our paths have intertwined again. Be safe, Charon.
Alright, not entirely sure what to make of that.
Perfect condition.
Whole bunch of the moon/magic moon dust. Okay. It gets abbreviated to M dust a lot. I think... Let's see how many we have of these. Yeah. I think we'd like to wait until we can at least get the Fate Fabric, if not more moon dust. These are the two things we definitely need the most of, right now at least, of the various options there. A door is back over here now? Oh, because you can decorate in multiple different rooms. I see.
You prevailed in your attempt, but our enemy is time itself. And it would seem that he is not prepared to abdicate his stolen throne as yet.
Yeah, also, what happens if we truly defeat him? Like, obviously, surface level answer, we win the war. But if you just destroy the concept of time, what does that do?
Prevailed, sure. And yet, I feel as though I've come no closer to achieving our true goal. My task, sometimes I fear, it's impossible.
Does time freeze for everyone? Well, I mean, Kronos was, in the myths, defeated, and his body parts were scattered. Yeah, he was sliced up into little bits, and his body parts were scattered across Tartarus. I mean, technically he was immortal, so he wasn't fully dead, but he wasn't really doing anything in that state. So I'm kind of curious what the pre and post effect of Kronos' kind of sort of death had on just the way that time behaved.
Impossibility tends to be transient. Time would wear us down, but with patience, we can withstand him until our night arrives at last.
Patience, then.
Okay, let's see.
Through the
There's
knowledge
anything
of
we can do here.
chaos,
Oh.
I can see into the void.
Activate the pitch black stone in the training grounds, then attempt its chaos trials for Stardust. Okay, I remember seeing that icon at least for, I think, one of the really high rarity Arcana upgrades. And I kind of just assumed it was for defeating one of the end bosses, but apparently it's something different altogether. It would require our last fabric, but it seems like that might be worth doing anyway. Otherwise, the Z-Sand we might be a little more willing to part ways with. Now that we just picked up a little bit more of it. The troves, I'm still not super... Okay, let's do this. It's going to use all our fabric, but I think we can live with that.
Let's begin.
We could always buy more with bones if we need to.
Me to say, awake, O monument of night. I shall obey.
As you say.
Okay. So then, with what we have left, it means we can no longer get this. Oh, I did really want this, though. Honestly, that's the mini shop in between floors going up to the surface. I am pretty tempted to just buy enough fabric to do that. I mean, we did just use the bonus weapon. We've used the bonus weapon on a few occasions now, so I feel like we can afford to
I'll take it.
Spend a bit here. We still have plenty of bones to spare. So you do this. I think that should be very convenient.
Royal bounties of the earth, grant what I seek. So mote it be.
Oh, synchronize. God bless. Now, as I said, the troves I'm less enthused about, and there's a chance that iron can even be used for other meaningful upgrades. This... I mean, this NPC doesn't seem that important to me, at least. It seems like it's useful information, but it doesn't directly help you in any way. It's more just meta information. But again, with the Z-Sand, and marble is rare, but we do have a lot of it, so I guess we'll take it. Oh, wait, what is this? Hold on. What? Suppress the ability of Kronos to reconstitute himself night after night? Excuse me? So in other words, like, win the game? Or set yourself up so that you can win the game? It requires Z-Sand, unsurprisingly, so you need to defeat him multiple times in order to be able to permanently defeat him. That makes sense. Entropy. I do not recall ever seeing that before. It would seem like the kind of thing you would get from Chaos, what with Chaos and Entropy in some ways actually being synonyms. So my guess is the whole mystery thing means that at the very least, we're certainly at least going to have to encounter him a few more times. As to whether we have to defeat him a few more times before we find out how many of them we need, that I don't know. And my guess is that even if it only costs 2 Z-Sand to get this, just the fact that it is still listed as question mark would mean even if we had that amount, we would not be allowed to use it. So, I mean, suddenly I'm a little less willing to part ways with the Z-Sand, but we'll do it. We'll do it.
Of chaos, light of moon, heed now my will.
You have it.
Welcome, O learned sage.
Okay, let's go check that out. And maybe from now on we'll try to hold on to most, if not all, of our Z-Sand to save up for that very important incantation. I think there might still be one Arcana that needs it to get upgraded, but it might be one that we aren't that concerned about improving. I don't remember which one it is.
Much is to be learned from history, if one but studies the lessons hidden in any purported accounts. A lifelong pursuit, in and of itself.
Still no telling what the future holds.
I thought... Hold on. You tell us how many times we've used various weapons. Actually surprised the staff is still the most. Might be because that's the one we started off with, so it had several runs before we had unlocked any of the other weapons. Unsurprisingly, Arctic Ring is the most commonly used boon for us, because we are always targeting it. But I thought that... Hold on. It's like, that's information about previous runs, but it sounded like this was something similar, so that's another reason why I was not as intrigued by this, but let's see what the deal
What
is.
does my history reveal?
Okay, it tells us if we've won or lost, and if we lost, it tells us where. Like, that was Eris.
Not quite.
That was, I assume, against Prometheus. Successful against Prometheus, successful against Kronos. Okay.
Good one that time.
And you can see all the boons that we had as well. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, it's along the lines of what I expected, where it's not directly assisting you in the runs, but if you want to analyze previous results and figure out what has and has not been working well for you, then that is one way to do that.
Full grown.
I like this stuff. I suppose there is a chance that this will enable us to do another craft, although I kind of doubt it, since I don't think any of those were the limiting resources there. Yeah, it's more a matter of, are we willing to use our iron to do this? Which, not particularly enthused about that right now. Let's use the mystery seeds.
Grow and flourish.
See what those give us.
Flourishes.
And I guess we'll do a little bit more of the garlic, and maybe a little bit of this.
You'll flourish here.
A little bit of that, just to mix things up, because we don't really have much in the way of really high rarity stuff right now.
Goddess, latest reports said you encountered the King Vermin.
That is true.
Don't care if you're immortal. I'm relieved you made it back in one piece.
It can't be. I did confront a rodent of extraordinary savagery, but it was so little. I assumed the King Vermin was huge.
Technically, he wasn't listed as King Vermin. It was uh-oh or oh no.
Tall tales. The king vermin's
Pun
wrath
intended?
is inversely proportional to its stature, and its stature, as I understand, is very small indeed.
That it is. That it is.
Ugh.
Alright. I still don't remember what the next step is with you, Hypnos. Because it seemed like we were making progress on this front. And yet, now it seems like we've hit another roadblock.
Nemesis on break, I guess.
Huh. I guess so. Apparently we've unlocked something new here.
What sorcery has touched the pitch black stone?
Was there anything over there before? Was this just an empty spot previously, or did this... Was that previously green, maybe? I don't know. Okay, well, hold on. First things first. Well, I mean, this is lighting up. I don't know that there's actually anything significant for us to do here, because we certainly don't have the stuff to do this. So what is the deal here? Scry.
Infinite possibilities.
Chaos Trials. You now can see into the pitch black stone, revealing chaos trials that influence reality as you know it. Consider the following. Chaos trials are an alternate, optional way to pursue your task. Each trial equips you with a certain loadout and has other twists. Your previous loadout is always restored when you return. Note, you will not find most of the usual resources on your way. Successfully clear Chaos Trials to earn Stardust, used in the Cauldron to brew powerful resources that let you unlock the potential of your Arcana cards or bond with animal familiars. Oh, could that be the thing we need to unlock the cat familiar? Beware the eyes. The more of whatever that is you see, the tougher the Chaos Trial. New trials will be revealed as you progress. Go with Chaos. Okay, so that's interesting. So it's basically a total alternate avenue that you can take, where rather than doing a full-fledged run where you have the final boss at the end that you're trying to defeat and you collect the standard things along the way, it seems like this is more, I'm assuming, smaller scale, little challenge floor, maybe? Just a floor? And it's kind of similar. I don't remember if Hades 1 actually had something like this or not. I can't recall, but in Transistor, the game, actually 2 games before that, there was something like this where there were several different types of totally optional challenge runs that you could do that gave you bonus rewards. So that's intriguing. Several different options here. I mean, we're not about to do one right now, but perhaps next time we might be interested in trying this out. Trial of Origin. Use a fleeting burst of surpassing vigor imbued by primordial chaos to cleanse the woods of Erebus. Yeah, so 1 floor. It's just Erebus. Aspect of Malinoi on the staff. I'd actually be curious to see, does that mean just totally basic staff, unupgraded, since Aspect of Malinoi level 1 is technically the starting weapon, it doesn't give you any bonus effects? Or, if we enhance that aspect, do we still benefit from that here? I don't know. But you get the 1 reward from that. Oceanus with Aspect of Malinoi on the blades. Now we have upgraded Aspect of Malinoi on that quite a bit. Use Deadly Precision and the Might of the Sea God Poseidon to cleanse the depths of Oceanus. Trial of Salt. Oh, I'm guessing that the Poseidon reference is not a coincidence. I mean, yes, it's Oceanus, which is water-themed already, but it seems like these not only give you the weapon, but they might also influence which boons / other upgrades you get access to, so perhaps Poseidon themed in that way as well. And then here, back to Erebus, back to Aspect of Malinoi on the staff. Trial of Humility. Use Sorceress Strength and a boost from Light God Apollo, skewing the power of the Arcana to cleanse the woods of Erebus. Does that mean no Arcana at all? Okay, so that's intriguing. We're definitely going to want to try some of that stuff out. Oh. Apparently that both fulfilled and foretold of a prophecy. Maybe we head back real quick and just cash in whatever it is that we get from that. And we'll chat with Skelly as well.
Another prophecy.
Visions of Victory. Discover how to see into the black pitch stone. We did do that.
Chaos must have a greater plan for you.
Gives us a little bit of bones. Not a crazy amount, but it might kind of be a refund for a little bit of bones we spent earlier to get the fabric. My guess is you have something to say about this, of course.
Hey, by the way, I meant to say nice going on occasion of achieving your objective and all that.
Or that.
You did achieve it, right? Show Kronos the what for?
That we did.
I was able to defeat him, yes, Commander. But my ultimate objective is far from complete.
Ah, well, that's objectives for you. Soon as one's complete, along comes another. But you are gonna keep knocking them dead.
We're gonna try.
By your leave.
Okay. Oh, and this as well. Hold on.
So ancient is the pitch black stone, it predates time itself.
Oh.
Its surface ever seems to drain what light and color dare linger nearby.
Interesting.
I can see beneath that surface now.
Okay, so between the new trials from this and possibly the fact that I'm now fairly certain, that I did not actually end up activating any of these, there are still a few things that we could be looking to do on our next run. As for which one we opt to go for, that may depend on who we need to take out to succeed here. This one would be... Oh, just Hecate? That seems like that's pretty easy in that case. So that's a little tempting, assuming we remember to actually keep that active. But plenty of options there. And even if we did not check off the thing we meant to check off in this run, certainly taking down Kronos is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. But with that being said, I do think this is a good place for us to wrap up here. For what it's worth, there are a few other games that are either coming out or getting some significant updates in the coming days. So we may slow down a little bit on the Hades stuff. We are supposedly going to get more updates in the early access for Hades. I don't know when exactly, but the developers have said that they have more things they want to add to the early access before they do the full-blown release. So we will certainly circle back for that stuff. But even with what we have available right now, as we just saw, still plenty more things for us to explore. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.